All right, so today we're going to set up and run, be able to get data from our yeast aerobic anaerobic respiration lab. And recall that yeast are microbes. They're actually in the fungi family. They're unique because they're a unicellular fungi, which is kind of unusual. But they do undergo anaerobic respiration, and they do produce, in that case, the product of carbon dioxide. So you might want to take a moment to look over your notes and just kind of refresh yourself on the respiration equation and the anaerobic respiration equation, one of which uses oxygen and one that does not. And so today we are analyzing a microbe, an organism that can actually undergo respiration without any oxygen being present, which is kind of cool. So I'm starting with our balance here, and you can see my weigh boat. I'm going to just zero my balance back out again so that I'm not getting the weight of that plastic in my data. And I'm going to mass out some yeast for each of our test tubes. I need 2.5 grams in each. And I'm also going to mass out a little bit of sugar, 3 grams, in just one test tube. So as I'm setting this up, maybe consider what variables do those represent. Are they independent variables, dependent variables, constant controlled variables? Because that is always important when we're looking at an experiment. All right, so here's our yeast. This is just stuff you can buy at the grocery store. Everything we're using today is just a household item. See if I can get this close. So you could actually, if you wanted to run something similar at home, use a little bit of yeast if you happen to have some, and some sugar, and see if you can get anything to happen. A little too much yet. There we go, beautiful. So I'm going to mass the same amount, again keeping these things constant among both of our groups, into another weigh boat. That will go into my second test tube. Overshot just a little bit. Thanks for bearing with me. And now I just need to measure out a little bit of sugar. One more weigh boat. Check my balance is zeroed again. And for the sugar, it says in my instructions I'm going to add 3 grams of sugar. All right, there we go. So what I will do now, and I'll probably do this off camera because I'm going to need to be able to have both hands free. Here is our setup. I've got 2 test tubes. I've also got 2 quarts. We're going to add those in at the end. I have them labeled sugar and no sugar, which you'll be able to see on camera in a moment. I'm going to add 16 milliliters of warm water. Water's heating up over here on a hot plate. And I'm going to use what we call a graduated cylinder to measure that out. So I'm just looking for that 16 milliliter indicator right here. So I'll put equal volumes of warm water into each test tube. I will put yeast and sugar into the test tube on the left, yeast with no sugar added on the right. I'm going to cork them up, and then I will come back and start recording again.